All right, boys, about to enter a new movie season. Like I talked about last week, the Omen season usually concludes early March, maybe late February. So there's usually a little period between early March to kind of late March. It's kind of like the wasteland, almost like an intermission period before the new calendar year of movie watching begins. And this one that's coming up might be my favorite season of all time. I haven't really talked about it, but I think I like it even better than Horror Fest. Even though Horror Fest gets more people involved, I like it more than Christmas Fest. Maybe even more than the summer films. Lack of a better term, I'll call it the spring season of movie viewing. So it lasts about 2 months, maybe the end of March through the end of May, roughly. So this season is highlighted and kind of anchored by some movies that I found on a DVD box set called Nightmare Worlds. So this was put out, I don't know what year it was put out, but it's put out by Mill Creek, which is usually their box sets are pretty muddy copies of films, which is great for me. But this has 50 movies on them on the set, and I think it's maybe like 10 discs with 5 movies on each disc, something like that. But I found this set at the video store. I don't own it. I was renting the DVDs like one by one. I should have just bought the set, but most of these are low budget, grainy quality, very cheap looking, not terrible, but a good amount of them are sci-fi 70s, and those are the ones that I like the best on this set. The films, it's not all sci-fi. It goes from 1925. There's a couple of 1925 movies like The Lost World and Makiste in Hell are the two 1925 movies. Not a whole lot of interest in watching the silent films, but there's some 30s, there's some 40s. They're mostly sci-fi and horror, but there's even some drama and kind of suspense. I think there's even maybe one Western on there. I know there's a Gene Autry film from the 40s. I avoided all the 30s, 40s, and I think anything from the 50s altogether, and of course the 20s ones. But all these films are in the public domain. They're all on YouTube. Check them out if I recommend them. So we kind of start things off. The year kind of lines up. Friday looks like will be the New Year's Day of movie watching, and the first one will probably be Terror at Red Wolf Inn, 1972, because Friday is the afternoon, is the beginning of spring break. This movie is about spring break. This is one on Nightmare Worlds box set. After that, usually April Fool's Day. It's not on the set, but April Fool's Day. And then All the Kind Strangers is one of the early ones that I watched. This is a 1974 TV movie, Stacy Keach, kind of drama suspense. Okay, others on the box set are, and I'm listing the ones that are almost must watches every year. The Alpha Incident, 1978, with the guy from Kimball, Bruce Kimball, I think. No, not Bruce Kimball. The other guy, Goff from Drive-In Massacre. Yeah, Alpha Incident, it's a must-watch. Doomsday Machine, 1972, Grant Williams, a must-watch, kind of early on. Piranha, 1972, not great, but love it, watch it every time. William Smith is in this. And then when you get to May, usually that's when I watch Idaho Transfer, 1973, a time travel movie directed by Peter Fonda. Those are all the must-watches, all recommended, okay? Others on the set that I've seen that might be watched this year, Cataclysm, also called The Nightmare Never Ends, Cameron Mitchell, 1980, a weird Hitler kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but I've got this on a DVD, though, on a DVD with another movie. All right, with Boogeyman, as a matter of fact. Embryo, 1976, a kind of a sci-fi drama, more of a drama, though, with Rock Hudson, of all people. I've only seen it once. Might have to go back to that one. Eternal Evil was one of the 1985 films. I might have to go back to that one, too. I remember it being kind of not one of my favorites at all, but maybe worth another look. Maybe I'll like it a little better. Eternal Evil. Oh, How Awful About Alan, 1970. I think it was a TV movie. Also, straight drama. Anthony Perkins being completely typecast as a psycho-type character. The Disappearance of Flight 412, 1974, a TV movie, Glenn Ford. And this is one I've seen a couple times. It's a little boring, but it's got, some qualities that I like. So Glenn Ford and Bradford Dillman, who is also in Bug, 1975, which Darth helped me find. More on Bug after this. So these films that I've just mentioned are kind of the type of films that are good concepts but poorly executed. So impressive script, a lot of potential, just badly executed, and I love that. Okay, so most of those films I just mentioned have that quality. Okay, so the appearance of Bradford Dillman, so that cut in The Disappearance of Flight 412 is, I think that's a sci-fi movie, kind of drama. But Bug, 1975, it's been very hard to find. This might be one of the lead-in movies to kind of this week leading up to Friday to kind of close out the wasteland period of March, to kind of set up these other films, because it is a kind of a sci-fi horror, and it does have stars an actor that is in one of the films in Nightmare Worlds, boys. All right, others in the period of the spring season that are must-watches every year: Against All Hope, 1982. Michael Madsen's first movie, Christian film, full-length film, not a short film. Trucker's a couple of riff tracks, commentary films. One of them is Trucker's Woman, 1975, don't ask. And then Julie and Jack, 2003. Some of you have seen me nickname Julie Monkey, Julie and Jack, or even sometimes Free Jack and Julie. Julie and Jack, 2003 film. Others that are kind of on the board are Paperman, 1971, Dean Stockwell. Weird movie, only seen it once, may have to go back to it. And then another that is a must-watch every year is Rattlers, 1976, a horror, sci-fi, I guess mostly sci-fi, kind of both. Snake film. I like it better than 1973. Sam Chu Jr. Love that movie. The Trip with the Teacher, 1975. The great Zalman King is in this. Also in this is Jill Voight, John Voight's daughter. This is a great watch, 1975. Nice cheesy film. In Your Wildest Dreams might have to be in there. 1991 family features, morals film. Never gets old. And that's about it. Some of those kind of on the board. Maybe Boogeyman 2. I have to go, since I just saw Boogeyman. Maybe go back to Boogeyman 2. Okay, so a lot of films there. There's a lot there. And there's a lot that I want to go back to that I just mentioned in just a span of 2 months. It's difficult to watch all those, and there's some others I might have to look onto that Nightmare Worlds list and see if there's any that I missed that I want to check out. You should check it out. Great season of movie watching to open the calendar year. Always fun. All of them have the right kind of spring atmosphere, it seems like. It's incredible. But that's that. And might have to shoehorn one of those horror sci-fis from that box set into Horrorfest this coming year. I don't know. It's never been done, so that might happen. But is there any that I missed? Did I mention Contamination? No, I didn't mention Contamination as one of the must-watches. 1978. Love that movie. Uploaded a couple clips from it last year. But this box set I found in 2020. Okay, during the spring, we all know what was going on during that spring. That's when I learned to. This is kind of a time filler thing. So this is my 5th go round with a lot of these films. Don't think it's going to get old yet, but here we go. So, all right, enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I will probably give you some mini reviews of some of these films as we go. Kind of talk about them maybe like the day after. You'll do a little review. All right. This is the little creek here near Bear Scat. Looks like it's pretty nice looking water. Looks like the kind of place where Swift would fish. But I bet that water's getting a tad warmer, but who knows. Peter's out.